Okay, we have a few minutes left, and today's Anles is Yortzeit, 10th Yortzeit, no less. So this is a very personal story we're up to. The theme, as you can be seeing, is Anles is demanding is for bringing here the example that we need to be all the time. We represent, have to be an example. We are shluchim, all of us, and it's 24/7. She tells a story. It's a small example, cute story. So once on Friday, he was in Bnei Brak. It's Friday, Bnei Brak. He's on the way to Kvach Chabad because he's going for a family simcha. His wife is Greenwald from Kvach Chabad. So my wife asked me to go into one of the stores to buy crackers. So I didn't understand exactly what she explained. We didn't understand what kind of crackers she wanted. So I decided when I go into, so I told her, I'll go into the store and I'll give the telephone to the seller, to the owner of the store, and she will explain to him exactly what cracker she wants. So I give him the telephone, and I see it's a long conversation. He's writing and writing. She's giving him a whole list of things. Okay. So I decided that this is a long list. I go back to the car. I take the Dvar Malchus. So while he's doing this, he's learning Dvar Malchus. So the seller, this is Bnei Brak, friends. Everybody's from, and everybody's Talmidei Chachomim. So the seller realizes that Rabbi Dvar Malchus says to me, this, explain to him, referring to a guy that works in the store, what's dach? Because I guess in the front of it, it says dach. Yeah? It's a reference to Chassidus. Good, so I explained it to him. Then the seller says to me, there's letters of the Rebbe there. I so much love to read the letters that appear in Dvar Malchus. The guy's not in Lubavitcher. That appears in Dvar Malchus. It's Pasha the time, like he says. He says, meanwhile, people are standing in line, and the owner now, he just takes me to Dvar Malchus and starts to read a letter as if there's no store at all. And then when I paid him and I leave, he says to me, Alavai sheniya chamarim shel Rabbi. Alavai, we should be the Rebbe's donkeys. This is what the store owner, Bnei Brak. He may be a Sephardi, I don't know. This is like unusual. So Anais is just simply saying, what happened over here? It only happened because, as a chassid, I stood with the Dvar Malchus, and this led to what we just described. So we're always, every moment, 24/7, we're on shlichus. Okay, I'm going to start one more story because it's not 6:30 yet. I haven't admitted ahead myself yet. Looks like it's a typical laser story, and we'll continue it. But here the story begins. A number of years ago, I was in Borough Park. Fantastic. We were going from Brak, now we're going to Borough Park. And it's time for Ma'ariv. So I wanted that with the minyan. Since in Borough Park, there's no lack of shul. I go into one of them. A shir was going on, and I asked, what time is Ma'ariv? They told me in 15 minutes. Excellent. So I stand and wait, and I see a yid with a hadas ponim, with a very, how do you translate hadas ponim? Literally beautiful face, but a face that is a very holy face, a face that makes an impression. And I see he's looking intently at me. I felt a little uncomfortable. But when the shir ended and the tzibur started to organize for Ma'ariv, so all of a sudden I realize he's still looking at me. Even after the shir and the whole davening, he's looking at me. Maybe this is the Rav of the shul, I don't know. After Shemina Esther, the guy approaches me, this fellow, and he resolves the dilemma. Sagt mir, he says to me, tell me, du bist a Lubavitcher? You're a Lubavitcher? So at that moment, Lazy says, I felt something I never felt before my entire life. Such pride. And in my heart, I said to myself, what a schus. What a schus to be a Lubavitcher chassid. He didn't hear anything from me. He just looks at me. And my appearance, imagine my appearance represents, represent the Rebbe. He looks at me and he sees in me Lubavitch. He sees in me the Alter Rebbe, all the Rebbeim. On the other hand, I'm thinking to myself, chavuvale, that's expression. You can't do when you go on the street. So if you're representing Chabad, so this is what's going through my head. You can't do what you want till 120. You represent something. But what is chus? This is all going through my head. This is all to a few seconds. So I say to him back, yes. And I tell him, honestly, I never felt something what I'm feeling now because you say this to me. He's starting to ask me questions, and I'm answering. And meanwhile, this thought comes in, I'm going to be a different person from now on. This person asked me, has like, wow, I represent Lubavitch. What kind of behavior have to be? So this is all happening. I'm going to finish the story in the middle. This is all happening while they're waiting for Kaddish to be said after Shemon Esrei. Meanwhile, the Rav, who daven longer, finishes. And the Chazan starts to say Kaddish. Now this guy is continuing with questions. Now I'm stuck. I'm to answer him. And there's the guy saying Kaddish, so we'll see what Aaron Laser did and what he's thinking and what he did. And the lesson for us. So today's his yard site. It's his 10th yard site today. Huh? Yeah, leave us. We can't leave you hanging. Okay, I don't know how long the story is. It can't be that long. Okay, here's the end of the story. So I thought to myself, believe Guzman, he says to him, this is what's going through his head. How can I ignore them if the guy's talking to me? On the other hand, Lubavitch is talking in the middle of Kaddish. What do I do? So he said to my thought, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Eibishter. What do I do now? I decided I'm going to show him what's Chabad. I'm going to show him I'm going to be careful. I'll be Chabad till the end. And I hope that all his life he will not forget this. With all the derech eretz I could muster, I said, excuse me, Slicha, Mechila, Kapara. I can't answer because if I'll answer him, if I answer him, so tomorrow is going to, this is only his thoughts. Tomorrow is going to hear something about the Rebbe said. He's going to say to himself, yeah, I met Lubavitcher yesterday and he was talking during Kaddish, even though he's the one that's talking to me. That's what he's going to be left with. So I got the strength. He's had to spawn him, and I excused myself and didn't answer him during Kaddish. It's a whole fabrengen here. The theme of it all is who we represent, and we have to be always aware. He's talking about Lubavitch, he's saying we're Jews. The nose shows it whether you have a kippah on your head or not, especially if you're wearing a kippah. So if you're wearing a kippah, you should know what you represent, and we have to be absolutely that this encounter is a Kiddush Hashem, big and small, no matter what. Even if right now you have to compromise it because I'm going to embarrass the person, I got to say, give you an example, a person, I don't know if you're holding by this level yet, but it happens all the time. A woman gives the hand. So it's embarrassing not to take it. You're embarrassing the person. What do you do? So I'm just telling you what I do over the years. It's like a little mantra. By the way, they stopped giving their hand to me the last few years. I'm thinking they're not interested anymore. But they used to be when I was younger. So I used to say, please excuse me if I don't shake your hand. I would say like this. She's like, I said, I have a deal with my wife. I don't touch other men. She doesn't touch other women. It does wonders for the marriage. I promise you, I have never, ever had a negative reaction. So it's like, That is so special. Never ever had. And even sometimes I like bow my head, like greeting with a bowing of the head. I'm showing respect. You say that with a smile, then it's a Kiddush Hashem. Okay, so that's the